Hello everyone, Tim Hodges welcoming you back to Speedcafe.com's Crimsafe V8 Supercar Endurance Countdown. Time now for Brad Jones Racing to look at in depth as I welcome Jack Perkins and John Bowe to the show. And JB, you know this team better than anyone. How are they looking heading into the two endurance races?
Look, honestly, Tim, I think this is the best opportunity they've had ever. I like the way they operate as a team. They truly have a team environment. The engineers all get on well with each other. There's no sort of secret squirrel stuff. You know, it's really a good operation at the moment. I like, you know, the lead drivers in all the cars are good, strong drivers. Obviously, the Wilson security car is not as strong a contender as the other two, but David Wall's progressing very well as a driver, I think. Chris Pither is an underrated driver, so they'll, you know, they have a chance of a top 10 finish. The other two cars have got a chance to win the race, I think, all being equal. But you know, as Jack mentioned previously, the stacking in the pit lane is an issue, or can be an issue, and it can lose the race for you. So, you know, you do need to have a bit of luck on your side at Bathurst, more so than anywhere.
We talk about Greg Murphy when he heads to Bathurst that he gains a second.
Yeah.
This team
I reckon he gains three.
But so does this team. Why? Can you put your finger on why this team always goes particularly well at Mount Panorama, even if they're not going particularly well at every other racetrack we go to?
I think it's, you know, it's grown out of a fallacy really, but I think all the teams are very professional now. I think that sort of myth grew up when Brad, you know, did well in 2001, I think, there, when they went absolutely crappy in practice and qualifying. And then each year, you know, I mean, he had a lot of experience there, I had a lot of experience there, and, you know, you look at the lineup now, Jason Bright's got massive experience. He's won the race before, although a long time ago, but he's, you know, a very fine race driver. Andy Jones is a very good co-driver, very good. So I think particularly those two, a real chance to win.
Okay, Jack, I want to talk to you. That's the car 8. Car 14, Fabian Coulthard, has been, I guess, the standout for this team this year. With David Bernard, who's an endurance driving specialist in there, can this team really vie for the victory?
I think they can, absolutely. Fabian's proved to probably be the best of the rest, so to speak. We've had the two dominant teams, and Fabian's consistently been running 4th and 5th in the odd race, and week in, week out they've shown they've got the performance to run consistently in the top 10. The biggest thing is no mistakes. As soon as you make a mistake in this race, you're behind the 8 ball. So that's in the pits, co-drivers, driver changes, fuel stops. Everything needs to run seamlessly for these guys to threaten those top 2 teams. And I think if they can do that, they'll be there and they get a ticket to the last 30 laps of the race. I reckon they'd be ones to watch. It
makes and breaks dreams, this mountain, JB. Fabian Coulthard hasn't made it past the first stint in the past 3 years. I mean, that's got to be soul destroying, doesn't it?
Well, it'd give you nightmares, nothing for surer than that. He's a very good driver though, so, you know, luck is a funny thing, and it always turns.
Okay, JB, here is Fabian Coulthard on trying to make it through the opening stint, which he hasn't been able to do the last 3 years at Bathurst.
Thanks team, I'm here with Fabian Coulthard from Brad Jones Racing. Now Fabian, Bathurst hasn't been too kind over the past couple of years. I guess you just want to probably get through the first stint.
Yeah, look, that'd be nice. You know, last year, 2010 was lap 1, 2011 was lap 13. Let's do 161 laps this year. So, you know, it hasn't been kind, but, you know, it's just one of those things that it's a grueling place. It's tough on machinery, and, you know, you've got to stay out of each other's way.
You've probably never gone to Bathurst with the amount of confidence that you have this year, given the results, the solid results you've had.
Yeah, look, it's been very promising. The results this year have been very good. You know, we've worked closely as a group. You know, I've worked closely with my engineer, Phil Keed, and we're getting the car better and better. So, you know, look, we're not going too extravagant. You know, we're just going about our business and, you know, getting the results. So, you know, if it continues the way we're going, I'm looking forward to getting to Bathurst.
There was driver of the number 14 Holden Commodore, Fabian Coulthard. JB, you're a really good friend of Brad Jones. Can you imagine what it would mean to him if he's able to tick that box and say, I've won the Bathurst 1000?
I don't want to sound like a paid advertisement for Brad Jones Racing, because I wouldn't get a cracker out of them because they're too mean. But They are good blokes. They eat, sleep, breathe motorsport. They don't have lavish lifestyles and big boats, and you know their race team is their life. And I know Brad was certainly capable of winning the race, but didn't manage it. And I think he would get just as big a kick out of if one of his cars winning the race, for sure. And I really hope they do. I think they can. But you've got to realise that the level that 888 and FPR have established this year is so high. It's massively elite. It's like our, you know, like Motorsport Olympics. So anybody that can challenge them, really doing a great job.
All right, let's hear from your good mate, Speedcafe.com's Grant Rowley, caught up with Brad Jones about what it would mean to win the Bathurst 1000.
Look, I think a win's a win. If you can't win it as a driver and you win it as a team, I mean, every year's a little bit different. I've had a lot of success up there, and I was saying to my son just the other night, it's usually early in the years, you know, like 93, 94, 2002, that our team, or I've gone well up there, and so hopefully that's going to reflect in the next couple of years of with our team, that we can get up there, get back on the podium, and hopefully win it.
There is the team boss from Brad Jones Racing, Brad Jones himself. Now let's get a grading on the Speedcafe Crimsafe rating on Brad Jones Racing. Here's Dick Johnson.
Now this team on Speedcafe's ratings, I would suggest, is around about a 6.5 for the Brad Jones Racing team. Now they're very experienced at Bathurst. They always go well there. And Jason Bright's he's a real Bathurst addict, so they could go real well.
Thank you to Dick. 6.5 out of 10. Talking to you before, John, you think that's a little bit harsh?
I think so, yeah. I don't know what the Speed Cafe boys are thinking, but I would say easily an 8 for particularly the two leading cars, easily an 8.
What about you, Jack?
Yeah, I think there's
8 and 6.5 is the biggest difference we've had in opinions.
I think it's probably somewhere between 6.5 and 8. Probably closer to 7.
He's got splinters in his backside.
I think the Bright and Fabian Coulthard car is probably a bit more of a chance than the Wilson car. We know that the driver's a bit less experienced and things. So, look, I'd rate the two lead cars higher than the third car. But like I said, no mistakes, guys, and you're going to have a pretty good run on Sunday.
Imagine how many tears would get JB from Brad Jones and all the Jones boys if one of their cars is able to stand on the top step of the podium at Panorama.
Mate, I've never seen Brad Jones cry ever, so it's unlikely.
Bring the tissues just in case. There is the three-car Brad Jones Racing team in analysis. Stick with us. More Crimsafe V8 Supercar Endurance Countdown coming to you tomorrow. Tomorrow on Speed Cafe, we will look in depth at Stone Brothers Racing. You can win a very rare piece of V8 Supercar memorabilia. Collect Dick Johnson's Speed Cafe Crimsafe ratings, and you can use those ratings to enter the draw to win a brand new 18-inch V8 Supercar control wheel signed by Craig Lowndes. Make sure you keep logging on to speedcafe.com for more details on how you can win.
Watch me race, Grandpa.
Protecting the things you love is really important. That's why when it comes to security screens, ask for the real Crimsafe. Look out for the rock. If it's not Crimsafe,
It's not Crimsafe.